Ooh. I guess it's Halloween time, yeah. We're over here at Magic Kingdom today. We're going to show you something a little different that's off the beaten path. That, well, I guess it's literally on the path.
So when you come to Disney World, you think of big things. Like that, right?
Gigantic castle, huge castle, spaceship Earth, contemporary. Think of these gigantic features that look great in pictures, and they're icons in themselves.
But when you have things that are that big, sometimes you don't notice the things that are really small. We're going to show you some of our favorite things that are small.
Yeah, little small details across Magic Kingdom today. Today I think we're going to focus on just the ground though. So just looking down, and not at the please wait here markers. Those are all over the place. We're going to have some other details that you can find just by looking down a bit.
Most of the time when you come here, you're just like...
Look up to the sky, look up for fireworks, look up at this. No, today we're going to be looking down. We're going to take you all across the park and show you their best details that are found on foot. Or literally below your foot, I guess.
On the beaten path.
Let's go.
So we talk about it a lot, but a big part of Disney or Disney parks is storytelling, right? That's why they're theme parks. They're not amusement parks. We talk about this a lot.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that Brett and I debate a lot.
Theme, story, consistency, coherence to a specific thing.
But so there's this really great thing that Disney does that we're going to show you in these details, where they continue to tell a story without needing anything but the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know of any other place that really does that.
No, I mean, I think that's some of the locations have tried, like over at SeaWorld, they have like shelves and stuff in the some of the pavement.
So let's go take a look. We're going to take you land by land, so bear with us. So when we talk about things like how they use the entire area to tell a story, it's great how they can actually even do that after things have changed. So here in the heart of Adventureland, we have what is the bazaar, but post-COVID, it's become dining, and the shop itself is closed. But that doesn't change that if you look down, we have pieces of tile or gems that have come from the bazaar that have kind of been crushed into the pavement. So it kind of continues to bring that idea throughout. So this entire area has jewelry or crushed stone or tiles throughout it. And all of that ties back to the Agrabah Bazaar, which is really cool. One of my favorite things here is something that we miss a lot. And it's going to be right here.
It's a Mickey.
So it's an earring, but it's a Mickey.
It's a Mickey. Outside of Pecos Bill, on the side near Splash Mountain, and we're outside the Golden Oak Outpost. Outside Golden Oak Outpost, you can see, it's part of Golden Oak Outpost because of the pathway. It looks very rugged and rigid and not kind of paved over the entire way down. You then also look over at Pecos Bill, and you know that you're in Pecos Bill seating area because it changes. It's tiled. So it's definitely a seating area. Definitely the entrance to the restaurant. There's definitely more seating area just up to the side, just based on the total pavement. The bridge over Splash Mountain, it looks like wood. It really does. It's not though, it's concrete. They even cared to add the nail marks around the edges where you would think it would be wood, but it's not.
We're going to talk a lot about transitions and how Disney likes to use their flooring for those transitions. So right now we're currently in Adventureland at the Bazaar. And you can tell by, again, that same gritty flooring with those gems crushed in. But if we go down this way, we have the stone is our transition, if you will. And then at the other end, we see a completely different kind of flooring. And this is kind of the dirt throughout Frontierland.
And then in Frontierland, unlike the other land, you actually need to step up a bit to get into the shops here. So it's reminiscent of the old Wild West. just a mud garden to keep the mud and everything else out of the buildings. Exactly how the Wild West would go. So the buildings are a bit elevated to keep out all the unpaved wilderness. Oh, hey, look, it's another transition from Frontierland over there all the way over to Liberty Square here. You're actually crossing from the west to the east. So very much like in real life, you're going to go ahead and cross a river. If you notice, there's actually a small stream that runs through the middle of this land here. It's the Mississippi. Not really a river, but definitely the Mississippi. And it separates the two lands on this nice faux wooden bridge, like we just discussed over in most of Frontierland. And then probably the most controversial thing we're going to discuss in this video looking down is going to be the Liberty Square, for lack of a better word, the poop path, everybody calls it. Because I guess people believe back in colonial New England, people just threw their waste into the street for it to drain out to the river or the waterways or whatever it was. That's not true. That's not the case.
It's somehow become like an urban Disney myth.
We've heard it. We've done Keys to the Kingdom tour here at Magic Kingdom, and they even told us on that tour that that's actually what it means. It's not. Not at all.
No. It's actually meant to be cobblestone, and when the park opened, it was cobblestone.
If you look back at pictures through like the 70s and I think even early 80s, it was still cobblestone.
Fun fact, cobblestone with millions of people walking on it doesn't work well. So they've changed it to this concrete, similar to the entire rest of the flooring throughout the park, because that's what can handle this amount of people.
And parade floats.
And parade floats and all of those things. So it doesn't look like cobblestone anymore, but it follows the same path that the cobblestone used to be on.
I think it's just like a design choice. Instead of repaving the entire thing red, it's more of a
sandy, taupey color.
Yeah, it works. It's fine.
But it's not a poop path.
It's not a poop path. Not the poop path. If you're looking for any of the cobblestone that used to be here, there's actually still a little piece of it in Liberty Square, near the stocks, near the town stocks. And it definitely is. I mean, you can tell it's rigid and it's not withstanding the test of time too well. More transitions for everybody from the House of the Spooky, Haunted Mansion, crossing over into Fantasyland. You can see all of the horse prints on the ground here, even down to Maximus. Maximus, of course, is the Royal Guard horse from Rapunzel, or headed towards the Rapunzel-themed restrooms. There's even a few apple cores in the ground over here. And of course the apples just up here to the top. So also in the Rapunzel area over here, you can take a look up to the top and you can see the Corona symbol, which is the sun symbol. It's on a bunch of the flags around. But if you look to the ground, actually, you'll see it too. It actually encompasses the entire circle planter here. So you can see, as Kristen traces it, it actually goes around the entire planter. It's kind of faded, it's kind of worn, it's never been really out in the open for people to see, but it's there, it definitely exists. Behind Cinderella Castle, you can see the pavement here changes as well. It's a little bit of a compass pointing north, it's directional, and it kind of resembles like a shield in these portions here. You can see there's 4 corners throughout it, well, behind some people. But it's nice and eloquent and just well themed from right behind the castle. Another big transition for you. We should honestly just rename this video Transitions at this point. We're going from Fantasyland Courtyard area with the Princess Fairy Tale Hall and PhilharMagic and basically everything that's in the castle courtyard. Coming over here to the turrets, which basically close off the courtyard and separate it from the outside forest, which holds the 7 Dwarfs Mine Train and everything else. So you go from the nicely paved area to a bunch of, looks like rocks, and there's some tire tracks from horse-drawn carriages and mud and dirt and all that, right into the forest. So outside of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, outside of Be Our Guest Restaurant, towards that area, if you look in the middle of the pavement in the ground, you're actually going to see hidden Oswalds. The rocks are purposely placed to look like the bunny Oswalds. Outside of the Little Mermaid, or under Ariel's undersea adventure, you can see the transition from the pavement and the dirt and the tracks and all that out to the seaside. There's actually shells inside this pavement up here. We'll explore more in-depth cues at a later date. And then on to the grand mecca of things hidden in the ground. It's actually Storybook Circus. And you can see the second that you pretty much enter the land, you're going to see some peanuts in the ground. Of course, I say that and enter the one part that there's no peanuts in. So inside Storybook Circus, you can see a bunch of animal tracks getting off the train cars. I think those are bear, it might be Humphrey. There's some little ones over here too to the side. And like I said, there's peanuts. There's absolutely peanuts. Closer to Dumbo, that makes sense. Right next to some elephant tracks as well. There's peanuts all over the land, which makes sense. Circus peanuts in Storybook Circus. Over here in Tomorrowland, all of the pavement is actually all gears, and it's all metallic and designed to look, well, I guess futuristic and Tomorrowlandish. So if you take a look at the ground, you'll see it's a bunch of gear looking type, pavement type work. So you keep going over towards like Buzz Lightyear and such too, you'll see even more. And then even all of the pavement below the launching pad, as it goes around in a circle, you can see it's just one big gear. We're back on Main Street, USA this time, in front of Tony's Town Square Italian restaurant for our last little piece of Disney details on the ground. And just outside, you see the Lady and the Tramp footprints that you may remember on their date night, that they put their own feet into the cement, into the heart that was already laid down. So that's located just outside of Tony's Town Square restaurant. Very cute. So that's going to go ahead and wrap it up from Magic Kingdom here, just discussing a lot of the details you might walk over.
Literally.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch we missed. There's a whole bunch more out there in the park. It's worth exploring for yourselves. And that's just Magic Kingdom. We haven't even covered Epcot or Hollywood Studios or Animal Kingdom or Disney Springs.
Animal Kingdom.
Maybe we'll do that soon.
Let us know what you think. Let us know if we showed you something that you didn't know about. Or if you did, if you know something that we didn't show, let us know.
Yeah, because I'm sure we missed things. Like, we didn't go in any shop, we didn't go in any queues. We didn't even touch on the Haunted Mansion ring in the pavement there. But maybe
next time.
Maybe we'll do a queues video too of stuff in the queues.
There's so much.
There's a lot. But yeah.
Until then.
Thanks for watching, friends. This is Brett.
Kristen.
See you later.
Bye.